Professor Doc is, I guess, off in the... Where's Doc tonight, Tom?
He's on vacation.
Okay. Where'd he go?
Italy.
Italy? Okay. How long's he going to be there, do you know?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
He was looking for a peninsula.
I didn't hear that. 2 weeks plus?
Beg pardon?
I didn't hear the second thing you said.
Oh, he was looking for a peninsula.
A peninsula?
Yes.
You ever been to Italy?
No, I never wanted to see a peninsula.
Where do you go on vacation? What would be your favorite spot if you had to choose any spot in the world?
Van Nuys.
Van Dom is a natural-born explorer. Loves to get out. What did you do when you were wing?
Nothing.
You probably were on your yacht.
I was on my yacht for a while, but I went to...
See, now you're saying it's a yacht instead of a boat.
But you said it first, a boat. But I went
How long
to...
is it?
50 feet.
That's a yacht, isn't it? Isn't a boat something you can put on another boat?
Yes.
But you can't put your
No.
yacht on another. So, okay.
The QE2.
So what exciting trip did you take? Now, the first trip you took, you told us about, and it held the audience's attention. You went from Newport.
No. I went from Marina Del Rey.
Marina Del Rey
to Long Beach.
To Long Beach.
Yes.
His first
A lot like
major,
Van Nuys.
yeah,
Yeah.
first big major trip. Now, where'd you go this time?
I stayed in the dock. I just...
Don't you ever fire that sucker up and go out into the water?
Occasionally I do. I did not on this trip. Had the baby with us. We just stayed there with the baby and had a nice little... It's like a little condominium. It's very lovely.
I know, but isn't it floating?
Certainly it's floating.
Isn't it tied to something?
It's tied to the dock.
Don't you ever
The
take
slip.
those things off? And
Sure, yes. We did not have
for a
to do
week
that.
you just sat there and then...
That's right. It was wonderful. No, Saturday I did something great. I went to the dedication
Well, no,
of the
I
Cary
still
Grant.
don't
What?
understand this, why you don't go out. I mean, you just sit on the after deck and...
Watch the boats go by.
Watch the boats.
Yeah. Very pleasant, very restful, very relaxing.
Of course
And
it
at
is.
night the boat just kind of sways a little bit. Once in a while we have some refreshment. It's
I'll
nice.
bet you do.
But Saturday I went to the dedication of the Cary Grant Pavilion at Hollywood Park.
You took your boat there?
No. I had a great day. I broke even. Right, and I needed that.
Did you bet?
Sure, I bet.
Did you see the Derby? Who won the Derby? What
I
name
pronounce
was
it.
Ali Shiba. Ali Shiba?
Ali Shiba.
Now, Doc doesn't have... Now, Doc has horses, but
Yes.
they're what they call
Quarter horse.
quarter horses.
Quarter horse.
But he has a couple of thoroughbreds too, I think.
Really? Did they ever run in a big race?
No, I think his make it to the soap factory.
Let's go to the soap factory. All right, anyway. Can't make heads or tails now this. Sat there the whole...
Yeah.
Don't you have to haul the boat and scrape the bottom occasionally?
Occasionally,
When
sure.
it sits there, you see, if you're not taking that sucker through the water, all that barnacle stuff build up on the...
I get underneath and just kind of fight them off.
When you fall in, I'll take a look anyway. Okay. Tonight we have George C. Scott will join us shortly. Ray Stevens is here. Christy Phillips, sensational young girl. Have you seen her perform?
No, I have not.
She's wonderful. She's really wonderful. Later this month, there's going to be a lot of hoopla about a 100th birthday that's coming up. Do you know what it is? Hollywood is going to be 100 years old. Isn't that exciting? But far more important to us here at the Tonight Show. You hear something humming?
Yes, I do.
What?
A light.
It's a light. Why is the light humming? Usually those things do that before they go. I've seen that before. They hum and then all of a sudden the whole thing blows up. Which one is humming?
The one that's on you.
It's all right. Can you hear that at all? Yeah. I guess it's going to hum. There's nothing we can do about it. Just a little something added for the show tonight. Anyway, what's more important as the 100th anniversary is coming up of this city that we do this show from, Burbank, California.
Right.
So tonight, Burbank got its name on... A lot of people thought it was from Luther Burbank,
Right.
the famed botanist. That is not true. Did you know that? It's named after David Burbank, a Maine dentist who who founded the city in 1887. And Dr. Burbank's house stood on the land which is now the back lot of the Burbank Studios, where they do shows like Night Court, Cagney and Lacey, among others. Luther Burbank produced the famous Burbank potato, had nothing to do with the town of Burbank.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Not earth-shattering.
I'm sure this is going to lead us someplace, isn't it?
Probably to disaster. Now, the first time Burbank got worldwide attention was probably in 1904, when world heavyweight champion Jim Jeffries, Freddie remembers him, and Freddie was at that fight. It was Jim Jeffries' second. He bought 107 acres of land at what is now the intersection of Victory and Buena Vista. And what else can we do? Hollywood Freeway, opened in Burbank in 1940, cost $635,000. Now it costs something like $1 million a mile to build a freeway. In the 1950s, 1/5 of all the feature-length films made in the United States
Right here.
were produced here in Burbank. NBC opened its television headquarters at Olive and Alameda. Do you know what year? 1952. Now, this is interesting. How did they get this? I don't know. The sister cities of Burbank are Solna, Sweden, and Incheon, Korea. How do they select sister cities of a city? Do you know?
No, sir.
Anybody on our staff know?
No, sir.
Could you research that for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, this is fascinating stuff, of course, and we don't want to fill you up with all this exciting information, but to get a true feel of the city of Burbank, you have to go out and experience. So if you'll watch the monitors, earlier today, I decided to take a video camera and cruise around town. And now, unfortunately, it was very hot out today, as you know, and I don't like to perspire, so I sent a very fine cardboard likeness of myself out in search of historic Burbank. Now, London may have its Big Ben, Rome has its Colosseum, but tourists from all over the world make a pilgrimage to Burbank to view the Eiffel power lines, which proudly guard the famous Burbank River. Here you see it. On May 15th, 1897, explorer Juan Fajita passed by this stone. Later that afternoon, he actually passed this stone, a very painful accident. In 1679, a white settler attempting to go left was suddenly stopped by a tribe of Indians who signaled for him to go in the other direction. It was the first known incident of California making a right turn on a red signal. Well, same to you, Charlie. Where are we at now? The first time Burbank got worldwide attention. No, where the hell am I at? Where are we at? Hold it now. Where I've lost my... hold the tape a second. I've lost my... I don't know where the hell I am. We got time. We're just going to back up and do this right. We can only do it funny. What? Yeah, but what I did, I had these other pages here, and I got, oh.
Where would you like
Where would you like to start?
It makes no, look, we got plenty of time. What did we leave off with? The joke that died was the right turn on a red signal, right? Oh, yeah. I should have remembered that. Okay, we're going to pick it up as we head for the Burbank Alamo, right?
Mm-hmm.
This will pay off. This is all the remains of the Burbank Alamo. We're in 18th. To hell with that. We're by the Burbank Alamo. Hold the tape. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. This is good stuff. We spent a fortune out here with a camera filming this, and I screwed it up. Now, why don't we back it up just before we get to the Alamo?
Where would you really like to start?
Right after the fork in the road.
You got it. Just start with the Alamo. Can we get up the guys where we are? Thanks, Bob. You're going to say this.
There it is.
This is all the remains of the Burbank Alamo, where in 1836, a gallant band of settlers held out against the entire Mexican army, who tried to charge them an extra $1 for the hot wax after washing their horses. Now, this was set up in 1914 by Casey Jones' very strange brother, Grace Jones. It remains today the world's only locomotive petting zoo. Here we have an explorer wandering... hold it, I'm behind again. I can't keep up with it. Cut.
You know what's happening?
Yes,
All
I know
these
what's
big
happening.
laughs are delaying you.
That's it.
See, you're laughing so hard that delaying. It's what it is, you know.
Try not to laugh on
Yeah.
this. I know most of you are following that advice right now. But anyway, well, yes, what is it, Fred? We've seen the code, Fred. Sit down. That's not a smart-looking garment. What? It'd be nice for the club, but not for a show like this. I'll tell you what we'll do. Why don't we take a break? We'll re-rack this, burn it, and go on to something else.
We'll pick it up
We
right
got
after
big
the
stuff in
Alamo.
here. Where should we pick this up? What do you suggest,
Right
Bob?
after the petting zoo for trains.
Yeah, let's go back to Casey Jones.
Okay, we'll just finish the zoo, and we're on our way, okay, to the next little thing here, okay? This is worth waiting for.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, Bob.
Here we go.
Oh. Now, this was discovered a few years ago by an explorer wandering through Burbank's wild mountainous region. It's Bigfoot's his and hers towel rack. The third tiny rack there, of course, was used by their little one, Bigfoot Jr. Here stands the first portable restroom. It was built in 1898, but remained unused until 1900 with the invention of quarters to put in the attendant's tip dish. Right here now, cruising along here, we're going to the city's earliest prison, which once housed his most famous inmate, the Birdman of Burbank, who kept hundreds of pigeons in his cell and later escaped by selling the warden's car and threatening to mess up his windshield. That's right, don't laugh, folks. Anthropologists are not certain which was the first Indian tribe to settle in Burbank, but this tree would indicate that there was a tribe in New York City known as the Graffitis. Wow. In the early 60s, Burbank had a very sexist city council. They passed a law requiring that this sign be placed outside every singles bar. Here you see the scaffolds on which the most notorious gang of outlawed dwarfs, Frank and Jesse Barty, were hanged in 1889 for the crime of jogging under a stallion while wearing 10-gallon hats. Moving along on this little mini tour here, coming up, you're going to see a very ancient structure that dates way back to 40 A.D. It's where Shirley MacLaine used to shop for her throw rugs. Oh, brother. Here's the first drinking fountain in the United States, Old Faithful. Got its name because every 45 minutes it blows some thirsty four-eyed guy's glasses off. Okay, this was it. Here was the adobe hut built in 1745 by the first Spanish rabbi, Hernando Moskowitz. Here was the first motel opened in Burbank in 1911. It saved then-casting director Fred DeCordova from the pain of numerous bee stings he suffered while auditioning young actresses in an open field. And so we say goodbye to Burbank, and we say goodbye to this bit.
You're going to file that?
What?
Are you filing that?
No. Look, I got behind. It wasn't the guy's fault. I got behind on the copy. If I'd have kept the rhythm on that thing,
Oh, I'm an adult. Hilarious.
would have filled this
Oh.
place for weeks. George, see Scott sitting back. I'm not going out there. Let's welcome Colgate Tartar Control. Well, tartar control, and we all want to control that. And let's say goodbye to Ugly Tartar, as we're probably saying goodbye to Colgate.